I read that you were the one that really got Rock into social media.
Yeah.
What's your relationship with The Rock?
I have a great relationship with him. We probably talk a couple times a month. And yeah, at the time he wasn't on social media. And I was like, are you nuts? Do you have any idea how big you would be on social media? And da-da-da-da-da. And I actually, the people that ran my social media, I put on his to get him up and started and kind of get him going. And obviously, the guy's a trailblazer now
Right.
in social media and one of the biggest followed humans on earth.
Right. And he loves UFC because he's doing a doc. Isn't he doing a doc on like Mark Kerr?
No, he's doing a film.
Yeah,
a film based on the Smashing Machine. Yeah.
Right. Did you have any influence on that? Did you like?
I wouldn't say that I influenced it. That was all him, but I've obviously helped behind the scenes.
Right.
Yeah.
Power slap. Oh,
I love it. I love it.
I mean, there are very few times that there are two slaps. It's normally just one slap, Dana.
No. It's like 50-50. Yeah, go to decisions or knockouts. Yeah, there's way more back and forth than people realize, because all you see on social is the viral side of it.
Yeah.
But this thing is a beast. It's the most successful thing that I have ever been a part of in my career in such a short amount of time. In 16 months. This thing's only 16 months old. We have more followers than like the NHL, PGA, NASCAR, and many, many others. And we're about to take over Major League Baseball too here pretty soon on all social platforms, and billions of views in just 16 months. The EBITDA on this thing is off the charts. The revenue is unbelievable. And we have more sponsors in 16 months than the UFC had in 8 years.
How do you train for power slap?
So what's starting to happen now, these are all the same questions people ask me about UFC in the old days. Oh my God, this is garbage. You jump on top of another guy. You can do this, you can do that. It's human cockfighting. Now this, because as soon as money gets involved,
right,
and you can actually start to make a living doing this,
right,
people start taking it serious, and so when athletes come in to slap, we put them through the Performance Institute, and they go through the same type of training. We measure them for force, velocity, speed, and people are actually starting to train and take this thing serious because there's real money involved now.
And
this thing was global overnight. This thing started in Russia and Poland.
Right.
That's where I started to see this stuff coming from. And, we pull massive numbers in places like Southeast Asia, India, Brazil. There's already 2 knockoff leagues in Brazil. And you're starting to see these smaller leagues popping up all over the world now.
So when you first saw it, when you first saw Power Slap, what was the first thing that went through Dana White's mind?
This is crazy. What the hell is this?
Exactly.
And I was fascinated, and I started to watch it, and I started to dig deeper and take a deeper dive into it. And I was looking at some of these numbers that were coming out of Russia and Poland, 350 million views on YouTube and stuff like that. And our YouTube channel is massive now.
Right.
And you want to realize something. So I started putting this thing on UFC's YouTube.
Yeah.
Number 1, 2, 3, and 4 all-time video views are Power Slap on UFC's YouTube. When you think about Conor McGregor, Khabib, you think about Brock Lesnar, Ronda Rousey, some of the big stars that we've had and some of the big moments.
Yeah.
So the second biggest thing on my social media ever now is Max Holloway knocking out Justin Gaethje at UFC 200.
Yes.
Number 1 is Power Slap.
When he called him in the plot.
By a massive number 1.
Right. What about celebrities participating in Power Slap?
It will eventually happen.
Hell no.
It'll eventually happen.
Who the hell wanted it?
Shannon, I'm going to have you pretty soon.
No. Hell no. I don't want to be in no UFC. I don't want to get choked. I don't want to get kicked. At least in boxing, Dana, I ain't got to worry about but two D's right here. In UFC, you got to worry about kick, but that slap, man.
I know.
And they got your hands behind your back.
Yeah.
And they already know what's going to happen because they got 2 people to catch you. Because they know you about to go down.
These guys are so tough, man. So tough. And the balls it takes to go up there and perform on the world stage and do this when you know it's going to be the biggest thing virally on earth.
Nah. Well, I tell you what, I hate to be the first. I hate the first athlete because he's gonna be the biggest. That's gonna be the most biggest viral moment. Because when you get an athlete that does that, an ex-professional athlete.
This thing's been around for 16 months, and we have 6 billion views. Over 6 billion views.
Yeah.
Right? Think about that.
The first athlete to get slapped, he's going to do a billion by
people
himself.
In the world, 8 billion people in the world. We have 6 billion views in 16 months.
Wow.
I mean, when you really wrap your head around how big Power Slap is and the numbers that it pulls, it's absolutely fascinating. And I love it because it's another one of those things that people said, this won't work.
Give me 3 football players and 3 basketball players that you believe would be great MMA fighters.
You gotta start with the 2 GOATs.
Okay.
First of all, Brady.
Man, you know damn well Brady ain't gonna be no MMA fighter.
I'm just telling you, if you think about the mindset that it takes to be great, that's number one. It starts with the mindset.
Okay.
You gotta go with Brady and you gotta go with Jordan. Okay. So let's get those 2 out of the way. Jordan is a killer.
Okay.
I've spoke about Michael Jordan many times. Never met him, don't know him, don't want to meet him. I like him too much. I respect him too much. I love his killer instinct.
Yes.
Don't want to meet him. Respect him to death. So take those 2. Then now let's get into the next 4, which is going to be tougher. When you talk about big, explosive power. So Mercedes Lewis, he's a huge UFC fan.
Yes.
Obviously an unbelievable athlete and whatever. Has the mindset, been in the game forever. I'm going to go with him too.
Okay.
Just because he's such a huge fan of the sport.
Okay.
And gets it. And you know, you look at all his attributes as far as a physical. Basketball. Basketball these days is tough because they ain't as tough as they used to be. I guess you'd have to go with Lambeer, right? let's go with Lambeer. Take world meta peace. I'll take him too.
Now you probably want to take Charles Oakley.
Yeah, Oakley's another good one. You're right. Oakley, Big Baby, Shaq.
Man, Shaq too big.
Too big?
Yeah, because you got Shaq 7'1", probably 350 now.
Imagine Shaq on top of you. Though Shaq in his heyday. We're not talking about Shaq today, are we?
320. Well, he's 325.
Yeah,
I mean, you got a limit. You
Shaq
can't be.
in his heyday. When you see Shaq back in the day.
Oh yeah, Shaq used to bench over 400
Shaq
pounds.
and, you know, the speed, the agility, the power.
But you got a limit. You can only be 265.
Yeah.
Shaq was 265 in high school.
Now I got to pick weight classes. Holy shit! I mean,
No.
Yeah. If I was just talking about guys that could go in and kick your ass, Shaq would definitely be one of them.
Yeah.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because you know we like to do something before 2 something.